Welcome to the Heart-Led Soul-Fed podcast. I'm Christine Gold. This is season 4, episode 224, and we're going to be talking about our mental health. Past guests include professional numerologist and author Nova Lee Wilder, the author of Soul-Sourced Entrepreneur Christine Kane, Christian De La Huerta, transformation teacher, author of Awakening the Soul of Power and TEDx speaker. Sean Leonard, Mi'kmaq medium, the author of The Language of Spirit and TV host of Spirit Talker on APTN. I guide empaths and old souls to overcome anxiety, unworthiness, and overwhelm, so they can unleash their gifts and find their purpose. You're worthy. You matter. You're here for a reason. You have purpose. My first book, Intuition Saved My Life, is a guide for empaths, light workers, and sensitives, and it's available on Amazon now. Join us February 16th for 8 weeks of magic. Isn't it time to follow your dreams, step into who you truly are? And if you're looking for the ultimate in transformation, Unleash Your Purpose is 1 year of transformation. One-on-one, lots of fun. Step into your soul's purpose. Our Soul Healers community is open. Come on in. We're doing a dry January and decluttering challenge, and it's completely free. Replays can be found anywhere you watch your favorite videos or listen to your favorite podcast. Please like, subscribe, and follow, and join us live every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Mountain. Hello and welcome, everyone. Come on in. I'm so happy you're here. It is a beautiful Wednesday, middle of the week, like we do every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Mountain, talking about heart-led, soul-fed things that, might be in your life. And in Canada, every year in the last, I think it's been 12 years that Bell has been doing Let's Talk Mental Health. Now, they chose today. I know it comes right off the heels of Blue January. But really, I really want to talk more about not talking about mental health. And why am I saying this? Because it seems like all we do is talk and nothing happens. There's no action. You can have all these ideas and just like with anything else, but if you don't actually do something with them, then you're just talking in circles, and you're really defeating yourself. So what's one thing, that you're struggling with right now? Is it anxiety? Is it depression? Do you have ADHD or ADD, or do you have PTSD, schizophrenia? I mean, there are so many, and so many classifications of mental health. Or maybe you're just going through a seasonal depression, which many in the Northern Hemisphere do. So please, do all those wonderful things to support the show. Rate and review our show so others can find it. And please share as well and do all those wonderful things to support. It is a global community. We are a global community. And, I'm thinking maybe this might not be popular because I feel, like I said, it's, you can talk, you can have discussions. As my mom would say, you can talk until you're blue in the face. And that goes in relationships as well. And if the other person is not meeting you where you're at, if they're not willing to listen, if there's no compromise, if you're on your soapbox and people are just like, it's time to get down and maybe just focus on yourself Focus on yourself and take care of yourself. So, what's one thing you can do today to take care of yourself? What's one thing? I know for myself, honestly, I spend, a few minutes in prayer and praying for people, praying for the world, praying for healing, praying for, love, praying for peace. But, at the end of the day, peace starts inside. It's not going to be, this country, that politician, science, you know, and religion that's going to bring you peace. I mean, that might be part of your, spiritual toolkit. And I'm wondering if you do have a toolkit, you got to have things that help you feel better. That, there's going to be some days where you're like, what the heck? And believe me, I have them. Today, I said to myself, today is an amazing day. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be anything. It's a feeling. And I think it's really important to say that to yourself, right? Even if you're having a crappy day, say it. And why? Maybe it's just you're going through something. Maybe something or someone or whatever it is triggered you. Or maybe you have no idea. You're just going through it. But every day is different. Every day is a gift. Every day is a blessing. When did you stop not seeing that or feeling that or knowing that? What happened? What happened? Share with me in the comments. As I know that there's some of us that are struggling. And there's no shame, there's no blame, there's no guilt. There's none of that here in this community. You'll never experience that, ever. Not on my watch, as I would say. So maybe just a little background here. Pre-pandemic, 20% of people experience mental health issue. Now, of course, when 2020 came along, boom, 40%, of course, because everybody was at home and we had to face the things we've been avoiding and numbing ourselves forever, right? And now 2023, it's leveled off slightly to 30%. So it's come back down. It's just we need to start, just start. Do one thing today. Maybe it's a thought. Maybe what could be an action for you? Maybe you're going outside and, even if it's freezing outside, you can layer up. There's no excuse except for the ones that you put in front of you. There are no excuses except for the ones that you place in front of you. Stop being your inner saboteur. Stop sabotaging yourself. When did you stop caring about yourself? Is it because you perceive that others don't care about you? It's not true. There's always someone that cares for you. And if you think there's no one, well, there's God. And I would say that would be the biggest cheerleader in your life. And if you don't believe in God or you've become disconnected from God, I want you to go and find out where that happened, why that happened, how that happened, and start investigating that because everything leads back to that. Now, I got my inspiration from last night, just happened to catch 100 Huntley Street. And I remember when, growing up, I thought, 100 Huntley Street, all those Bible thumpers and all those Christians that judge and this and that. That was my mindset, right? Because we weren't really raised with anything. So that was my perception. That there was judgment and there was blame and guilt and pain all associated with that. But last night there was a gentleman, very interesting, and there was a reason I watched it. If you're curious about something, if you're watching something on YouTube, if you're drawn to reading a book, listening to a song, whatever it is, it's a message. Pay attention. Stop what you're doing and go, oh my God, what's going on here? So last night he was saying at a very young age there was a spiritual guru, Indian guru, who took him under his wing. And, he was chanting and meditating for hours and days and weeks, and then bringing in different deities, Hindu deities and gods into his auric system. Very interesting. And he didn't realize that he was actually being, how do I say this, demonized in a sense. Meaning he was entities, darkness was coming in. It wasn't the light. It wasn't spiritual enlightenment. It was the opposite. And it's all under hypnosis and deception. I was like, this is wild. So, until he realized, someone said to him, what about God? And he goes, well, I don't believe in God. And he goes, well, why? So he had to do a whole unraveling process. And then he realized that he was led astray. God has always been there. God never left this, well, as they call it, New Age and spirituality. I'll even throw in Christ consciousness. And I'm not saying it's all like that, but the more that I become closer with my maker, the more I realize all of these things that I've been doing, I don't need to do a million things. I only need one thing. That's it. It makes it so simple. So simple. So, are you suffering from any health issues? Not even just mental health, because it starts with, having that one thought, and that one thought will take you down a dark road, dark tunnel, into the dark night, as they say. And you feel like there's no way to get out. But there's always a way, and you have that light. You always have. You always have. So when did you stop believing? I'm talking to you. Whoever's listening, whoever's watching, you can send me private message if you'd like. You can join our community as well. All are welcome. There is no prerequisite other than a curiosity and a beginner's mind, and just letting go. There's no right, there's no wrong. You need to do it this way. Oh, I've always done it that way. Well, that's where you were led astray, my friends. That's where you were led astray. All those shiny things. Oh, look over here. Look at this. Look at that. You need more. You got to do more. You have to be more because you're nothing. It's a farce. I will refer back to Johann Hari, amazing author. He's actually coming to Edmonton for a mental health summit, and I believe in Calgary as well. And he's talking about his latest book, Stolen Focus. Why do you think you're being distracted? Why? So you don't take care of yourself. And then that starts a slippery slope into, a physical ailment, a mental ailment, an emotional ailment, a spiritual ailment, and it comes out as disease. And you're like, well, how the heck do you know? Well, because I went through it. That was me 6 years ago. And it has not been easy. And, like I said, there's been some moments, some days, sucker punch, I tell you, out of nowhere. But, like Rocky, you got to get up. You get knocked down, you get up. You don't want to do it, you run up those stairs to the top. So yeah, this theme really is let's create positive change. So we're wanting to mark a notable shift from talking and awareness. Oh, we're talking, we're aware, but we're not doing anything, to action and actually doing something about it. So we're not saying that we're reducing the stigma and galvanizing community support around mental health. I mean, that aren't vital and ongoing pursuits. Rather, the needs around mental health have grown to such levels that, building awareness is no longer enough. It's not. It's like anything. So more needs to be done, and really, this year's theme highlights the need to change to address the growing mental health issues, the problems at large, and really change begins with prevention, like anything, prevention. Um, let's say you love lots of sugar. I mean, you're on the road to diabetes, being diabetic, pre-diabetic, which many of us are. How do you prevent that? Stop eating sugar. But it tastes so good. This is that inner dialogue, right? Just like with dry January. Oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh, it's Friday. Oh, let's celebrate. I've had a rough day. I'm going to drink. See, this inner dialogue. Need to unwind it, rewind, stop. And if you are suffering and you're having a hard time, reach out. I get messages from people that say, well, I figured you were busy and I didn't want to bother you. No, got to stop doing that. Just reach out and say, I'm struggling. I don't know how you can help me, but I just wanted to tell you that. And you know what? We don't have to fix. We can just be like, I have no idea what you're going through, but I'm going to sit here and shut up and listen and put my tools, my fixing tools away. Because I feel, I mean, many of us that listen to this show in the community, work with me, readings, coaching, mentorships, whatever it is, are codependent. So we were told as a child we had to rely on somebody. Somebody had to save us. Somebody had to provide for us. Somebody had to help us. We couldn't live without them, right? Until we decide to be our own hero, our own inner hero. But it's interdependent. There's the difference. There's the switch. And, through a lot of inner child work, trauma, ego, past lives. I mean, we're caregivers too. And we have that, as they say, that Chiron, that wounded healer. I feel good when I help healing other people. That helps me avoid what I'm supposed to be dealing with. Hello. I mean, it's nice to be in service for people, but if you're doing it all the time, red flag, huge red flag. When do you have time for yourself? When do you fill your cup? When do you take care of yourself? What are you avoiding? And do you have one person that you can reach out to if you're suffering, if you're struggling? You share with me. Really, and is this your first time here? Say hello. Just a simple act of saying hello, a smile, a small gesture, opening a door for somebody, seeing, a beautiful, when I go for my walks, I say hi to the birds, I'll say hi to the squirrels. It's the little things. And I don't care what anybody thinks. It's none of my business. I really don't. Um, and animals teach us how to live in the moment. Animals are great for mental health. But if you find that you are relying on the animal and you're using it as a pacifier and not dealing, that's something to look at. Just FYI. I know there's therapy animals, I know there's guide dogs. Um, that's that is totally different, but we have to be responsible for our energy and being accountable and taking care of ourselves and not expecting someone or something to fix everything. There is no fixing. There's nothing wrong with you. It's it's a perception. It really is. Oh, Christine, what about ADHD? And yes, but there's a reason that's going on. So why don't we start investigating and finding out and going down that road instead of just saying, well, I'm ADHD, so there's nothing I can do. That's no. Mm-mm. Defeatist. I won't accept it. I won't accept it at all. So why are you accepting it? It's like saying, we all go through these phases. I'm a cancer survivor. S- That's amazing. Congratulations. Now let's make you a thriver and a flourisher, and you're going to help inspire other people. You're going to help inspire other people. That's why we're here, to share, to grow together. I had Udo on my show last week, and we were talking about mental health for modern times. The man is 80 years old, but he emanates this childlike energy. He has so much energy and vigor, and I'm just so inspired. I want to be a centurion. I am 1 year from 50, and darn it, I'm going to make it to at least 111. How about that? Because I love numbers. I love numbers. Why not? Ancestral trauma stops with us. We are the chain breakers. Who here agrees with that? Who here agrees with that? Say I. Yeah, so let's prevent. Prevention means saying, we're struggling. Prevention means going to get help. Prevention means going for alternative therapies, alternative, whatever. I went for a massage yesterday. I haven't gone in 6 months. It's like, why do we do this to ourselves? It's something that should be scheduled in every month, every month. And if you can't, then maybe stretch it out to 2 months. Anyway, she was amazing. She had, light therapy, sound healing, um, she had the aromatherapy going, peppermint oil, which is my absolute favorite. And then she asked if I ever tried cupping. And I'm like, no, but I'd love to try. Instead of going, oh, I don't know about that. You know how we do that? We talk ourselves out of things that will be amazing as long as feeling you're in a safe space. And she was excellent communication. I gave her an amazing review. I gave her a tip. Those experiences need to be experienced. Whether you're doing floating, who's ever done float therapy? Whoever's done, I think it's like a fresh oxygen tank. I've done that. I've done floating. I've done acupuncture. I've done Reiki. I've done osteopathy. I've done craniosacral. I think I've tried everything, EFT. But really, now I'm changing things up because the body requires that. And the body is amazing at fixing itself if we give it the right things, right? If you're feeding yourself with junk food and garbage, what do you think is going to happen? And I'm talking about people, places, and things, not just food. All right. If you fill your life with junk, you're going to get that back. Junk. And I know when you're listening, watching this, you're not junk. You're a beautiful soul and you're unique. That's why we all have fingerprints for a reason. God touched us and said, yes, you. Yes, you. All right. Wow. Yeah, I really just wanted to share that for this week. I'm going to be having some more amazing guests coming up in February. And if you'd like a topic or you have or know somebody that is amazing you'd like to see on my show, send them my way. I'd love to have them. Thank you so much. And of course, if you're thinking, I didn't get to do my vision board, well, you still have a chance. There's always a chance. If you join our community, you can create a vision board like this. I love sharing it because it's fun. We're meant to have fun. We're meant to share. We're meant to be together. As well, my 8-week Unleash Your Magic group experience has opened. It is open until February 16th. There's only 10 spots available. And you know how to get a hold of me and of the community if you want to sign up. We would love to have you. And of course, I have the one-on-one 1 year mentorship. And I'm working with two lovely women right now, and they are, already stepping in to who they are meant to be, who they truly are. They just forgot. You just forgot. And we all need a little help. We all need a buddy. We need a support system. We need, those are things we need to be surrounded by the people that we want to be, you know? Like for me, there's so many. I mean, Wayne Dyer, Edgar Casey, Sylvia Brown, um, Alan Cohen, Caroline Miss. Who am I missing? Oprah, of course. I mean, there's been people that have come into my life, into my sphere that I feel very connected to them. Even if I've never met them, doesn't matter. God, of course, right? And speaking of that, this will be our, oh gosh, do I want to say third or fourth annual? I can't remember. But we're going to have amazing healers, teachers, people that are going to inspire you to step into that consciousness and to connect back to God. And if you know someone, or if you are someone that would love to be on the summit, it's a 2-day summit. It's live, and then it'll be available for replay for a limited time and then for purchase. So they will be giving out gifts as well. All right. Well, I'm sending you all lots of love. And if you are struggling, please contact, you can go online. I think 811 is going to be the universal for mental health. So there's always someone to talk to, including myself, and reach out. I'm sending you lots of love. Please remember, let us be your soft landing. Take care.